Ready to go!
Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome to the breakdown of what is a very important match. It's a breakdown of a match between Michael Todd and Devon Larratt from 2018. And the reason it's so important is that we have a new match between these two gentlemen coming up on May 29 of 2021. So I wanted to go through this previous match that they had, break down some of the key moments, and highlight for you guys what is going to win this match in 2021. And kind of give you guys some technical analysis as to the ins and outs of how these two great athletes battle together. So without further ado, let's take a look at last time these two warriors battled.
Five. Close your hand. Go. There's a surprise again.
So you can see there from that opening exchange, Michael Todd was not even interested in holding on to Devon out of straps. Round one, they're both fresh. It was just, all right, slip. And Devon kind of tried to supinate a bit and cup and gain some control, but he didn't. He's not going to have the ability to hold on to Michael out of straps. I don't think anyone in the world can do that, so no surprises.
Devon will react autopilot. His body will react. That's what Michael wanted to know. There's the sign. He's taken the rest of life. I'll tell you what it is. Anybody...
All right, that initiation there, you have a look. Michael Todd, the first movement that Michael Todd imparts is he secures. Make sure his fingers, his clamp is secure. He drags hard with the body, and then only after that initiation does he then add pronation, and he actually takes Devon's wrist. A big key point, obviously, is he's on the long pad. He's on the 7x9 pad, the WAL pad. It means that first clamp and drag is longer here than it would be if it was on a 7x7 pad. So I don't know what pad they're going to be on for 2021, this battle. I suspect it's going to be on a 7x7. So the match is going to be a little different straight away. We're not going to see Michael's ability to drag as far. All right, let's continue. Okay, you can see right now, Devon has, with Devon's wrist back, he has chipped away. He's trying to create some space and some opportunity for him to actually achieve something. Michael achieved that dominant kind of position off the go from center, and Devon lost his wrist. So straight away, Devon's kind of backed into a corner. He's using a thumb-based pronation combined with a drag and a hit, as you can hear him doing, to try to open Michael's arm a bit. Just open it a bit, get the bicep under a little bit of tension. And what that does is start to create opportunities for Devon to ultimately look to climb and get his wrist back in a little bit, which is going to present further opportunities. So you can see Devon starting to climb now. Let's keep watching. I love what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so Devon was not able to get the wrist back. Okay, he got a little bit of purchase. He's opened Michael's arm a bit more with all those and little regrips did enough. Devon is actually building height underneath right now. He's actually starting to press up through his thumb and actually get a little bit taller, make his forearm a little bit more vertical. Okay, the reason he's doing this is he's building an opportunity to launch his own offense. Okay, you can see him, he actually dragged a little bit, built up a bit, and then he tested on that attack being the flop press. Now, it didn't feel right, so he's gone back to the drag, and now he's transitioning between the flop, the drag, the flop, the drag, all the while adding these little little regrips.
That's the benefit he's got with the length of arm. The hand and wrist control. He's feeling the weaknesses, trying to see if he can bust open the arm of Michael Todd. Everybody of the opinion that nobody has the endurance of Devon Larratt. We're about to find out if that's true. There's that hand walk. This is exactly the same as we saw in round 1 in Manchester.
All right, you can see right here, after all those outs, ins, reclimb, outs, ins, and regrip again, Devon has decided that now he has enough purchase to actually use the inside of his hand and go for the attack on the flop press. Probably not expecting to see Devon Larratt like this. I don't think Devon would have been thinking this coming into the match as to where he wanted to end up. He probably wanted to be inside his hand, but he's found himself here. But this really shows you how amazing he is at technically feeling a match and knowing where to go.
Devon gonna try and press through. Are you kidding me?
And then we have it. Look at that. The first drive actually getting Michael to the pad. And you can kind of see the look on Michael and Devon's face. I think they were both kind of surprised. I don't think Devon really thought that he had the ability to just pin in one drive like that. But fascinating round. So let's just not think too much on the match for 2021 yet. Let's watch another round.
And in a very impressive fashion. What that's done is it's educated Devon. He knows he has an opportunity to do something that maybe even he thought he couldn't do. Expect more side. There's a big...
Okay, so straight away, Devon recognizes that the flop press worked from round 1. So he straight away is driving a lot harder. Similar initiation, drag, cup, added pronation. This time Devon accepts it, kind of sticks with his hand a little more aggressively and commits shoulder straight away. So Devon just then actually took a more traditional route. He tried to somewhat, like as if he's trying to force a hook, he gripped lower and will put his energy lower in his hand, drove through the center to then try to get a more traditional top roll. He's trying to, with cup and pronation, get control of Michael's wrist right now, but it's given Michael the opportunity to impart some side pressure. Very interesting there. You can see there, Michael had loaded side. The match was on Michael's winning side, Devon's losing side, and Devon went for a regrip. And during the regrip, because it was on the defensive side, Michael decided to come up and demonstrate that he has a press and showed Devon that there is something for him to think about there. Interestingly, as soon as he hit it, Devon counterattacked with a top roll, and then they get eye contact, which you can see happening right now. And I think that they both were demonstrating that's not a zone, it's a risky zone. They both have the ability to finish each other quickly if they make an error.
Unsuccessful. Michael tried to dive in. Knew it was going to come. It's just a matter of time. Now Devon is becoming more confident. He's trying to find that gap. Starting to come for a press there, but he's got a little bit outside his shoulder now. This is a little more dangerous for him. Taking it with that right leg. Same move. Same move again. Michael Ryan.
You can see Devon's going back to the strategies of round 1. You can see him right now, he's looking for the drag and climb and regrip. And he came straight off one of those flop presses that didn't get through. But I think what's starting to come into play now is the general fatigue. Devon's not used to having to pull this way. Michael is. Michael's in his zone. He can do this. So the options are getting more and more narrow for Devon. And you can see it there. Michael sensing that Devon was getting desperate, hitting, and Michael deciding perfect timing there in between one of the hits to stand up, commit his shoulder, flop press against Devon for the win. You can see the anguish there on Devon's face. It's Yeah, he's starting to feel the burn. Let's move on to round 3.
Sometimes you put two elements together and it just makes a good sauce, and that is what we're seeing here. Devon again trying to bounce from the centre and make this about a hand battle. If he can achieve that, it's big time in his favour. Michael is aggressive to the side, a little bit tough. Great move from Devon there. Great move from Devon.
You can see in this round, Devon has protected pronation more. Michael, same shape. Michael's feeling comfortable. He doesn't feel like he needs to change too much of his shape. Even though it's 1-1, Michael feels like the energy battle is on his side. And so he's happy to keep playing this game. We haven't seen too many variations from Michael yet in his opening exchange. With Devon, subtle variations. This round, more pronation heavy. He's trying to stay high in the hand, get the pronation so he can again get an effective flop press away. There it comes. And here we are back in the flop press. Like round 1. Let's see if we can finish. Devon taking that one 2-1. An interesting point about this is we've got to go back to the elbow pad shapes. I don't think that they're going to be on the 7x9 for this match in 2021. So you're not going to see such extremes as you saw here. We saw Devon a long way forward. We saw Michael very much sideways. And for that, that's only really possible to that extreme given the 7x9. When we're on the 7x7, we are going to see a different defensive shape from Michael. I don't think we're going to see Michael looking as low. Michael is going to have more clamp and more focus on hand as opposed to arm, I believe. So it's going to change the shape of the match. But yeah. Anyway, let's carry on. Round 4. Oh, all right. Quick fire pin there. I'm gonna play that one again for you guys. Actually, yeah. Let's play it again, and then we'll talk. All right, so you saw it there for the second time. Michael sensed that Devon was leaning forward and trying to... So Devon had spent the first 2 rounds, or the previous round at least, heavily pronating. Devon in this round looked to secure something else. He thought he must have been feeling gassed or something with the pronation drag, so he thought he'd get wrist flexion. Michael sensed that, and instead of Michael going for his typical defensive move, Michael just went for the kill. And you can see there, Michael's commitment was greater than Devon's. Michael's commitment in shoulder and his commitment in bone line was more aggressive, and subsequently he drills Devon. 2-2. Interesting thoughts. Will we see that in 2021? As the fatigue becomes real, this is the sort of thing, yeah. We know Michael Todd's got that. Michael Todd's got more of an offense now than he ever had before as well. I really believe that. Michael is... his side pressure, I believe, has gone up significantly. If his fingers and hands are secure, I believe he has an offensive hit now that could flash pin Devon Larratt if Devon Larratt isn't in the right groove.
Yes, this was. That's 2-2 in any book. You've got to get this. Praying that this does not descend into fouls. We want to see the strongest arm.
straight away, I want to just show you the point of difference here. Similar opening for Michael, as we've always seen. Devon this time, no pronation. No pronation. Absolute commitment on wrist flexion and supination and shoulder commitment. Devon Larratt recognizes that he's gassed in the hand. I don't think he believes that he can regrip and climb anymore. He's going for the kill. He's got nothing left. He's going to put it all on the line.
There's the hand and wrist, and Devon will set it now. He's going to try everything he can possibly do to press through that arm. He will go to the back. There's nothing left now. There's no opportunity to come back. He must finish this arm wrestling match. He's committed. He's driven forward. There is nowhere to run. He's heading in. He's diving around the table. Anything he can do to get more leverage on this match. But Michael Todd has seated himself there and he's climbing. Watch for the big drop.
Love this position here from both of the athletes. It's a very interesting one. Michael Todd, again, I think he feels like he has the energy on his side. He can feel and sense the fatigue in Devon, and subsequently Michael is happy to wait. He's happy to do what he does and know that it's probably going to come through. Devon, on the other hand, you can see him try, like we said, he tried to cup and supinate and really drive at first. Doesn't get through, doesn't turn the pronation of Michael down, so he isn't able to get sufficient downforce on. Devon doesn't want to commit to a flop straight away. He wants to get it supinated and inside his hand. So you can see what Devon's doing here right now is you can see him leaning over and down onto Michael's side. He's actually bending Michael's wrist in like this. He's actually giving Michael his cupping ability. When you give the King's mover their cup and you actually pull them into their cup, it makes it harder for the King's mover to actively pronate, and that allows Devon to use his shoulder and the side of his hand to chip more effectively and get over the pronation more so of the King's mover, Michael Todd. So let's continue.
From Devon, he'll try to time it. He wants to extend the bicep of Michael Todd. If he does that, Michael's going to get a sharp pain in the back of his elbow and he'll be forced to give up. Michael's got to climb high and keep that pressure applied. If he can get Devon onto his side of the table, he'll then look to sneak around and place. The reach of Devon Larratt is like no one else, but he has no feeling in that hand of wrist now. And Michael climbs.
Right, you start to see Michael now. Michael's, like I said, he's patient, he's happy. Devon's doing the extreme, but credit to Devon, he's not laying down. I think most people on earth would lay down now once they're at this point of fatigue, but Devon refuses to, just stays jammed. But Devon's hand is now gassed, and Michael feels that, and you see Michael now starting to say, all right, we're going to start working towards finishing this match. I'm going to start taking your hand as well.
Little squeeze stays tight. There's no elbow foul there. Jordy's looking for it, but it doesn't exist. That was a foul from elbow. It was actually Devon's. The elbow came on somebody, and he's on the running foul. Michael is looking good here. Very brave attempt to reversal.
Wow. We talk about intuition and instinct. Devon Larratt showing here something here that you don't see in arm wrestling. Actually, Devon throwing his arm towards defeat. The reason he's doing that is he's trying to create a bit of opportunity to, again, go back to what he did way earlier in round one, which was pronate through the thumb, drag, get height. Okay, he's recognized that he can't go inside. Now he's trying to get outside. Let's see how it plays out.
From Devon Larratt, he's actually managed to loosen the strap. Talk about fight to the death.
Are you kidding me? This is absolutely epic.
Michael Todd coming for the punch.
You can see it. Michael Todd is starting to sense the opportunity to press. As Devon Larratt has kicked back and gone for this pronation approach, what he's done is lost his wrist. Now, when his wrist goes back, that presents Michael Todd the opportunity to simply apply rising back pressure and then come in for the press. And you can see that transition happening right now.
Trying to get on that shoulder. If he connects with that shoulder, the match is over.
Devon had him
Guys, and there we have it. Monster Michael Todd, as I was saying, sensed the opportunity and just waited a little bit more. It came through. So, guys, back to where we're at. It's 2021, and these guys are going to be facing again. In probably what is going to be the world's most watched arm wrestling match in the history of the sport. When we look at the technical analysis of the last time they faced, there's a few critical factors. We've discussed the pad size a few times. That is a factor. I don't yet know that it's going to be a 7x7, but I suspect it will be. If it is that, the shape of the match is going to be slightly different. We're not going to see such extremes. And the match will probably be over quicker because of it. There won't be as much room to maneuver. So who does that favor? Who does that factor favor? Now, you'll see in this match in 2018, Devon Larratt spent most of the time with his wrist back. If we look at Michael's position, he spent most of his time initiating with a finger connection, clamping, dragging hit, followed by pronation. I think Michael Todd has developed, since this match, more side pressure in an offensive sense. I think Devon Larratt, since this match, has increased his ability to clamp and drag himself. So if we say that the match is going to be similar to this, but we add more side pressure to Michael and we add more clamp and pronation to Devon, I think it becomes very interesting. I think we see off the go, we're going to see, I don't expect to see Devon's hand to go back as far this time. I expect to see them stay more balanced. They'll probably both end up in what I like to call the double swan, the double flop roll, whatever it's going to be. I see both of these guys going to a palm-based rotation through the thumb, clamping initiation. I think they're both going to want height. They're both going to look to clamp and drag off the go. Devon will probably stay a little bit taller. Michael more seasoned in that open arm position than Devon. Devon will probably value height. Michael's probably going to value side. Where does it go? Where does it stop? Because it'll stop. I don't think round 1 or 2 is going to be a flash pin. I think the flash pins are going to come out if fatigue is like through the roof, and that, which is a real possibility, because let's face it, every time these guys have faced each other, it's been knife edge stuff. So it's going to be knife edge again. It just is. No one's going to be a dominant victory here. But technically, I think we're going to see a slightly different battle from 2018, and I think it's going to come down to a few things. I think if Devon Larratt wins the clamp and pronation and height game, and Michael loses his wrist, Devon's going to feel really comfortable and confident in that position to go there again. And then it comes down to, all right, what technical variations does Michael have? And I think Michael will be happy to take a deeper grip if he has to. The extra side pressure that he's got, we saw in that round there that if they go bone on bone, he's got it over Devon. So I think where Devon can't force a hook on Michael, I think Michael can force a hook on Devon. So that lower, deeper grip and side pressure, I believe Michael can, if he needs to, get Devon to commit inside. Which, man, how fascinating would that be to see these two guys somewhat inside pulling? I know Michael can't really get completely inside because of his range of motion, but an initiation, a king's hook, oh my goodness. I love the king's hook. It's different from the traditional king's move. So there's a few ways this match can go. And it's going to be incredibly exciting to watch it. But yeah, anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of their 2018 match as part of the WAL. The link to the WAL's full video is in the description if you want to watch it in all its glory. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this breakdown, a different style of breakdown than you're used to. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. It's a great match. It's a great time for the sport. 2021, May 29. I guess. See ya.
Yes, that's a man!